Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ari Shaffir.
Hi, I'm Ari.
How you doing, buddy?
Hi, Keith and Chemda.
Right out the gate. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Ari is the host of the podcast Ari Shaffir's Skeptic Tank and Punch Drunk Sports. Speaking about Skeptic Tank,
Yeah.
I finally saw the movie JFK.
Yeah.
For a 3-hour movie, it's shockingly great.
Yeah, it's been a while, but it's pretty great. Yeah, for
Now,
sure.
When you see something like this, and you believe that the government killed Kennedy, then killed his brother, probably killed Martin Luther King, is there a point to voting?
No, there's no point to voting ever.
Right?
Not ever. Not for the last 25 years.
Okay.
We get less and less control. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
They don't care about our decisions. Little social things will change here or there.
And I'm the last one aboard this boat. I really didn't know about the CIA, but the rest of the world did. And what are we doing?
You keep hearing these things, and you're like, oh, it's crazy they did that. And they're like, oh, it's crazy they did something else like that. Oh, it's crazy they did something else. And then you're like, wait, you're not representing me.
Right.
Fuck this.
It's becoming easier and easier to see how much lack of care there is, because if you cared about us, then these little minor if you cared about us, you would not be able to be a billionaire just casually. You know, just like I have all the money. Oh, is that a homeless person? Here comes Starbucks. Like what?
Yeah, the people writing the rules are the ones who have all the money, and they're going to write the rules to benefit the ones with the money. That's how I would do it.
Really? Would you?
I mean, yeah, I'd benefit the Alphabet City over the rest of the city. If I was like, someplace has got to get new streets, we'll make sure it's here first.
Right, but would you be, just a crazy person with power and just neglect everything else?
Well, they're not like Saddam Hussein. They're not like people who are just
I don't know.
I'm gonna
You just
murder
said
everyone.
they shot JFK.
Oh, yeah. No, they do little stuff for sure.
So that's not like a murderous fuck?
Yeah, they are.
All right.
Yeah.
We're
I mean,
back
blood
on
is
track.
on Obama's hands. It's just like not American, so nobody seems to care. But there's little girls that are dead because of him. That he's like, yep, I'm making a decision. Go for it. And I didn't vote for that. Yeah, voting is people go, well, if you don't vote, then you're doing nothing. It's like, no. If you vote, you're saying this system is okay.
Right.
And it's not okay. So you should actively not vote.
Yeah,
But you actively not voting, and then people who are on the other side actively voting is destroying the thing that you're trying to do.
What do you mean?
If we stay out of it and we're, quote, the good guys, right?
Yeah.
Then the bad guys are just going to keep voting.
No, it's not the bad guys. The bad guys don't get represented either. Occupy Wall Street and the Tea Party is the same thing. They're both people who feel they're completely unrepresented in the government.
But we're not voting for Occupy Wall Street.
Oh, I know. The Occupy Wall Street comes out of a place where it's like, how come you're not dealing with any of our issues? How come you're not dealing with any of this? How come you guys are just privatizing the internet when we've all said we don't want you to do that?
Occupy is doing that?
Yeah, it's a lot of it. And they want money out of politics. That's their main thing. They want money out of politics. And politics goes, no. You can't have money out of here. Obama said he was gonna in insurance votes. He was gonna have CNN. This is when he was running for office. He goes, when I get in there, we're gonna have CNN cover these insurance votes, so everyone will have to be on the record of how they're voting.
Okay.
And all the congressmen and senators are like, no, you're not, because 80% of us are on the take. So no, you're not going to show that.
So then, is it Obama's fault?
No, he's unable to change it. It's a corrupted system. Like it's when your computer has a virus. You can't just run different programs. It's a fucked up. You kind of have to start it over. You got to wipe it.
They sat Obama down and said, hey, this movie that came out called JFK.
Yeah. I mean, it's all that shit. It's like they're making those decisions. I guess they say for the best interests of the country, but then you realize it's really not the best interests of the country.
Yeah.
He's the producer and host also of Comedy Central's storytelling series, This Is Not Happening.
Too serious off the bat.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, will you be judging yourself along the way, or is that for everybody?
No, me.
Okay.
Me. Yeah. Sometimes it's a comedy thing, and I get serious.
And the specials he has, Passive Aggressive, Revenge for the Holocaust, and Paid Regular.
Yeah. You like that one the best from the...
Yes.
Yeah. That's who I am. I'm a revenge. I'm our revenge against Hitler.
Like just you existing as revenge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it.
The podcast Punch Drunk Sports.
Yes, sir.
It's the newer one, right?
Uh-huh.
What do you guys get fucked up and then talk sports?
Yeah, we don't get fucked up, but I guess the other two guys are sober now, off and on sober. Yeah.
On when the show's on?
Yeah, no. It's like they're like, I have 80 days, and then the next week, like, I have 3 days. You're like, oh, all right. Yeah, we just talk about semi-sports and horrible
Erections.
stuff. Yeah, exactly.
You get into soccer?
We did this week
Yeah.
because of everything that's going on.
Everything.
Copa America and
Hello.
Yeah, and the other whatever European League. We don't really follow it that much.
Yeah.
But if we get a comic who's into it, then we'll have him on.
I didn't mean to push the everything going on. Score will be 1-2. Everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's
going
a
on.
very boring. I mean, people are getting more into it though, don't you think? With World Cup last year and
Living in New York City anyway.
yeah.
I don't know. I watch it and then I'm like, wow, that's a lot of running. I'm exhausted. Good night.
Yeah, I'm not that into it, but I feel people getting into it.
But you're into sports in general?
Yeah, for sure. I like competition. Anything. I can watch a darts championship.
A darts championship?
Yeah, if it's like for the title, and some guy's going, 160. I'm like, oh my god, how did they nail that?
If I'm going to watch darts, people have to be talking shit then. I need like,
Oh yeah, shit talk's great.
I need verbal sports.
Verbal jarring, yeah.
Yeah. I don't care if you threw the dart. Like, what?
I do love that about basketball. Even in an NBA Game 7 for the title, they're still like occasionally like, get that shit out of here. It's like they're still like on the playground and stuff like we're playing a game.
No.
No. Yeah, Matamba was the best.
There's a soccer player a Swedish soccer player, and he got a red card from. That's a big deal, right?
You're gone for the game. You have to play shorthanded for the rest of the game.
He got it from the referee for deliberately farting.
No way.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He determined that the
I
fart
wish I could do that.
was deliberate provocation and unsportsmanlike behavior.
Did he push his ass into him?
You got to spread your ass cheeks in some way.
The guy dove.
No, you do
He
not. Have
faked,
you ever farted before?
I have to do that. I'm telling you, I wish I had this power. You really should stop showing off.
It won't just come out. That's not a.
If I want to do it on command,
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of concentration. I don't know that I've ever been able to just do it.
She uses the setup and stirrups at a gynecologist office.
Okay.
So like, it's
Tell
a
me one of
me
those.
day. Right.
I have done it where I'm in like a room with somebody and like a guy, and I don't want to have him hear me fart, so I'll like dig in there to the asshole and like really pull it apart, so it just kind of goes.
Wait, in your undies or like outside?
Yeah,
Like,
I'll
do you
reach into the undies. Yeah.
Do you wash your hands after that?
Occasionally I do.
Occasionally.
Yeah,
All
there are
right.
definitely some times where I have washed my hands after that.
Okay.
A big date.
Depends the guy in the room with you.
Yeah.
True story. The farter remains adamant that he had a stomach ache and wasn't trying to fart offensively.
Yeah, but soccer players are kind of like
Red
that, right?
card.
They're liars. Yeah.
They're lying. They're always on the ground like,
Yeah.
As soon as the other guy gets a yellow card, they go, okay, I'm fine now.
Right. They should take him to the hospital.
They should have to take him to the
Wouldn't that
hospital.
be funny?
Now you got to pay the deductible. If you really want to do this. If the x-rays come back negative, you're fucked.
Yeah, CAT scan minimum, you bitch.
The anesthesiologist is a separate deductible, just so you know, because that's on a different floor.
And now Ari starts with the upspeak, just so you know. It's upstairs.
Right. The other day we were talking
Chewy.
about how they found kiddie porn they collected kiddie porn years ago in Michael Jackson's house. Violent kiddie porn on top of it.
I heard this.
It
God,
seems
when
like,
you have to
Violent?
next level your kiddie porn,
yeah.
like this isn't enough. They seem to like each other.
He'd have a nude picture of a John Benet Ramsey lookalike in a noose.
Oh, wow.
And again, they were all over the house. So you know he was showing it to those kids.
Yeah, well, I heard they had pictures of kids, their heads superimposed on adults' bodies fucking to get around the child porn thing and to desensitize the kids.
Well, there you go.
And some people are still saying, like, no, he was doing that because that was his urge, so he wouldn't have to do anything with the kids.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
That's where you stop.
How much more proof do you need?
You're putting together projects. But that's the end. That's where I'm done.
It's so interesting that people think a singer who sings really well would just be so anti-touching little kids. Like you can't be a pedophile and sing well.
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy that you have a talent.
Yeah.
And then you also be a fuck up.
Let me tell you a little story, everybody. All pedophiles have a talent.
Yeah, some of them good carpenters, like Jesus.
Once you
He was a pedophile, right?
Once you buy 2 roller
Is
coasters.
this what we're doing now, Ari?
Yeah, let's just call Jesus a pedophile.
Retweet!
In some of the other books, people don't know.
Once you own 2 roller coasters, but you don't let the public in, you can look that people up, right?
I feel like you can't be over this height to get on.
Or to get into my house.
But you talk about Woody Allen, Roman Polanski, Bill Cosby. We asked the audience this, can you separate art from the artist?
Yeah, I do.
63% of our audience can.
Yeah.
Can you exclusively? I had a really hard time with this question because when a Michael Jackson song comes on, I automatically start sort of rocking to it, even though I don't listen actively to Michael Jackson. But there's no way around it. It's being played for you at some point in your life, right? So I start kind of moving to it, and then I'm like, no, and I have to, change channel or switch or like somehow get rid of it.
To me, it would only be a problem if he only could write the music while he was fucking a little kid. So it's like the pain thing created the art.
If we find out why he went, hee-hoo,
Yeah, maybe it was that. Maybe he had to get it blown while that was happening.
then that'd be too much.
Chemda, stop it already. This is horrible. Yeah, so I can separate it. I don't know if I told you this.
Now when I hear you.
Tarantino is one of my favorite directors. He drives around the pussy wagon
What?
from Kill Bill.
Right.
He just has that as his regular car. Like, unironically. Just like, oh, you're such a tool. He gets way too drunk out in Hollywood. But, man, he makes good movies. So it's like, I'm not going to view... I just won't hang out with him.
My thing, and I don't know if I'm just justifying it, is there's no way that all the art that we consume doesn't have one monster behind it.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Producer?
I was just going to say the producer, the director, I don't know.
Can you not listen to Kesha now because the guy was raping her while they were making that?
Well, I can't listen to his music.
Right. Well, he helped make that music. Without him, the music's sucky. You need a producer. Oh, yeah. Think about that.
Why can't we just bury our head?
Yeah, that's easier. That's way easier.
Let's just be politicians.
I came across this. Actually, Gabe, our new apprentice, brought this up. Do you know or heard of the Star Wars holiday movie? Back in 1978, this was after the first Star Wars movie.
Is this an official Star Wars movie?
Sort of.
Yes, in that the holiday special they called it. In that it has it has Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, all the real actors, and it's based around Chewbacca, and Chewbacca has a father named Itchy. And I
don't know enough about it.
And I loved Star Wars, so I would assume I would have had to see this. There is no way I did, because about 10 minutes or so into this movie, this human being is putting Itchy into some virtual reality machine, puts a helmet on Itchy's head, Chewbacca looking guy.
Chewie's dead, yeah.
And he's showing him a porn. Basically, he's showing him
for the Christmas special?
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah, okay, so this
Show
is...
me this.
Ari, what is Christmas about with these fucking heathens?
Christmas spirit, I guess. It's all about showing porn to your father?
Okay, so here the man's saying, hey, you're going to enjoy this video. Hold on one second.
One of those that...
It's a knock at the same
I don't know how to
tears.
explain. It's a... wow. Do you know what I mean?
If you know what I mean, I'm going to show you a video. It's one of those wow videos. I think you know.
Happy Life Day. I do mean Happy Life Day.
This is the original Matrix.
This guy's nothing like Chewbacca.
Right. He's
and another thing.
He's intentionally shutting his mouth.
Mm-hmm. So I'll fast forward a little bit.
Yeah, let me see him come. I want to see him spray that brown jizz everywhere.
But how will you know what led up to it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so now
he's entering.
Some lights start going off, and you see a lady's face.
I know you're searching for me. Searching. I am here. My voice is for you alone. I am found in your eyes only. I exist for you.
She's like all light.
I am in your mind as you create me. Oh, yes. I can feel my creation. I'm getting your message. Are you getting mine?
He is.
Oh, we are excited, aren't we?
This is for kids.
Wow.
Now just relax. Just relax. Yeah. A little more.
Yeah. It's Chewbacca's
We
dad.
can have a good time,
He looks nothing like him.
can't we? I'll tell you a secret.
Why would he create a human woman
Find you adorable.
in his mind?
I'll tell you a secret. I find you adorable. I find you adorable.
He keeps rewinding it.
Find you adorable.
Wow.
I don't need to ask how you find me. You see, I am your fantasy.
Human.
I am
He wants
your
to fuck a
experience.
black human.
So experience me. So experience. I am your
What?
pleasure. This is enjoy me together. This is our moment together in time, that we might turn this moment into an eternity.
Can you imagine?
Wowza. And by the way, the only reason she's black is because they were like, no white people are going to want a beast hooking up with a white woman. So let's get her halfway. That was the reasoning.
That was so weird. For what, though?
I don't know.
For kids to masturbate.
What was
That
it?
was
yours.
very weird.
I am yours and yours alone.
For your pleasure.
Yeah, and I find you so attractive, and I know what you're thinking about me already.
Hey, children, this is what you should think of women. They're here for you and you alone.
Oh, yeah.
I am your fantasy. You created me. You own me.
So this airs only once. Surprise.
I only need once.
George Lucas wasn't proud of it.
He was not proud of it?
No.
What? He puts out so much
Why did he
shit.
put it out? Why did he put it out?
I don't know how he didn't stop it, but somebody else put it out.
How can you stop me?
He sold out. He sold out and just made some garbage because he was like, all right, let's cash in.
You can call it sold out. You can call it whatever you want, but you fast forwarded to this part. You're adorable.
Oh.
You're adorable. You're adorable.
That was creepy.
That's how you like it, Ari.
We didn't talk about the Led Zeppelin.
Keith, do you like when a girl is completely, a woman is completely...
Very good.
The one correction Ari made on our show. Ari, this is a new you.
I did
Tell
a week
us
with Kate
about
Willett.
it.
She's such a feminist. Every time I said girl, I kept self-conscious about it on stage with her in the back. But do you want a woman who's so subservient like that?
I want a woman that is only there for me and nobody else.
Yeah.
And I can change what she looks like with my mind.
You want a shapeshifter?
Yeah.
No, that was a little too much, but I could see masturbating to that. In fact, I'm going to out of print.
In fact, I can see it because it's going to happen.
Right.
Ari, should I ask you, or do you want to remain a feminist?
What? Oh, no, I'm not into subservience. Oh, I don't mind somebody calling me daddy or something if they're young, but not
Yeah, only if
like
they're
I'll
young.
do everything you want me to do. I'm like, come on, have an opinion.
Yeah, I need.
Where do you want my cum?
Yeah, exactly.
I want your input also.
On my stomach. No. Mouth or vagina is the only.
I give you multiple choice, sweetie pie.
But you better talk faster.
All right. I mean, choose now.
So there was the trial with Led Zeppelin.
Trial of the 60s.
Yeah, and and the band Spirit, right? And the song was Taurus, which they're saying Led Zeppelin ripped off for Stairway to Heaven. And
they were touring with them at the time.
They were touring with them at the time. They absolutely knew this song. Led Zeppelin saying, we were high all the time.
Well, I get what they're saying now. They're like, it's hazy now, which normally I'd be like, come on. But then you realize it was 40 years ago. So, sure, the memories are hazy now.
It was parallel thinking.
It's just tough to say, like, well, when did you first get the thought for that, progression of music? And you're like, I don't know.
Right.
It's 1971. I have no idea.
But when the songs do sound so
They
similar.
sound so similar.
And you happen to tour together.
Tour with them. They sound so similar.
Here's Taurus and then Stairway to Heaven.
I mean, already you're thinking this is Led Zeppelin.
Right.
That's not Led Zeppelin. Some guy testified this was a 300-year-old riff.
I think the other band was calling it Escalator, though.
Oh, that's Later Heaven.
Fuck you,
Get out.
Ari.
Get out of here. You're off the show. Gabe, you're in. I mean, it's so Stairway. They say that's a progression that's used a lot, but I've never heard it
Right.
other than Stairway to Heaven and now this.
And then, of course, Stairway. Yeah, I'm not like, kind of reminds me of Bad. Kind of reminds me of...
Yeah.
It doesn't remind you of anything.
We're the Champions, right?
Right.
Same thing.
Yeah, come on.
I don't see how they could have really lost that. Other than they couldn't prove that Led Zeppelin saw them and not the other way around.
This is just a tough thing to prove.
It could have been like Led
forever.
Zeppelin could have been like, no, you opened up for us and then you wrote that. But
Well,
I thought they had proof from.
Well, Led Zeppelin, their lawyer somehow was able to keep the jury from hearing both songs.
What?
They showed the jury the sheet music.
Oh, and the sheet music looked different enough? Like, that's an A minor, that's an A major.
I guess.
Oh, but you would have to explain to people what sheet music is.
Yeah, the musicians can't read music.
No, but you don't have to read music. You could just put it, it's either on that one line or not.
If you do like the wave files, that would probably look a lot closer than.
Right.
Nah, wave files, that's harder.
Really?
Yeah, because you're not getting the note. You're just getting that something was strung.
Oh, right.
But if you see, there's only, 9 lines it could be on? So you're copying the lines if it looks like a copy.
Well, obviously, we used eighth notes. They used quarter notes.
I love that. You're like, guy, come on, it's the same thing.
That's crazy.
I like how they take 12 random people and like that's who's going to decide this.
He didn't let him hear both songs. I mean, that's a great lawyer. That was over as soon as I heard the first 4 notes of that tourist version.
Yeah.
That's why they lost. Okay, that makes sense.
So they did lose?
Robert Plant, they lost. Robert Plant and Jimmy Page were in the second week of a copyright infringement trial for allegedly lifting the opening guitar riff from Spirit. Spirit's estate claimed the instantly recognizable opening to 1971's Stairway to Heaven was identical to the guitar riff composed by Wolf for Spirit's 1968 song Taurus. Wolf's sisters said they were disappointed and blasted an early court decision barring them from playing Wolf's performance on the hit song.
It's all done after that.
Yeah.
That's what the government does, by the way, with not representing you. They'll just change one little law, and then you can't get around. Like when they made slavery illegal, then they added all these loitering laws. So if you were standing around, they could arrest you and make you work in the fields. But black people couldn't have jobs. Like, you're standing around, get them, arrest them, and we'll let them out as soon as the harvesting season's over.
Jurors were asked to compare only the sheet music. They were played guitar and piano renditions of the music by experts on both sides.
They still
Oh, so they did play it.
Then you just play it fucked up, and that glove didn't fit OJ.
Oh, yeah. Jesus. I mean, they took that song.
But if you're also playing it in the courtroom, even if somebody else plays it,
It should sound the same.
yeah, that's fine.
If I know how to play guitar, I'm going to play it that good.
Yeah.
There's a reason they fought to not play the songs.
Oh.
Why?
Something's fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, But what are you gonna do? But it just sucks because it's a smaller band that
Got
has
screwed.
continued to struggle throughout their life.
Yeah.
They're probably not even a band anymore, right?
No,
Why did they wait this long? You don't
They're
think they heard, right then they ever heard on the radio "Stairway to Heaven" and go, "Wait a minute"?
But why don't the Millionaires' Stairway to Heaven or Led Zeppelin just go, hey, here's a couple thousand back in the day?
You could say that, but then I think that proves your guilt.
Yeah, true. That's a real thing. A lot of people don't want to plead guilty, even if it's a small amount of money, because then you are guilty.
And by the way, Danny's saying it's not the band Spirit that was suing; it was the estate.
Right.
So they're not a band anymore.
Oh, so that almost like they chose not to sue, and then whoever inherited the rights to it is like, well, now we're going to sue.
Yeah.
When they would have been like, nah. They could have done it.
Maybe they understood that they're not going to win.
Maybe, or maybe they got permission. Maybe they're like, hey, can we use that?
Oh, so you kind of look like trouble if you're going to try
I don't
to
know. I
sue
mean, I'm saying,
Led
like, why
Zeppelin.
did they not sue for 40 years?
Oh, like maybe they had verbal permission.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and it's just a bummer that that's one hit.
yeah, like, hey, man, that thing, you know that song we have? That
Right.
would kind of go well in that Stairway song you're
Right.
playing.
Yeah, but
When you're Led
yeah.
Zeppelin, you're known, though, for stealing.
Are they known for stealing?
Yeah, they really are.
They're known for fucking girls with swordfish. Is
Right.
that what it was? The Hyatt outside the Comedy Store
What?
in that room. Yeah, they had sex with a girl with a swordfish. They just
What the fuck are you
Impaled
even
the girl with
doing that you
swordfish.
think that you're miming that? What? What does that even mean? You
Holding
think
a
that's how
replic-
they fucked them?
replica swordfish. One on the wall. They took it and they were like
Really?
bone chicks. Yeah, they were like rock stars.
How do they know where to stop?
I
They don't
I
care.
don't
The
know.
answer is they don't care. Hello, Chemda. The
But-
government doesn't care and Led Zeppelin doesn't care. Good morning. Drugs.
Yeah. I don't think the girl said a woman said it was a problem. I think she was like, yeah.
Yeah.
They already fucked somebody, so they couldn't fuck me. So swordfish
Yeah, I
is
don't-
right there.
I don't see what the problem is.
Look it up.
Son of Sam, serial killer, David Berkowitz.
He said he wrote the song.
He's saying he wrote the song and he can prove it if they just let him out.
Yeah.
He was up for parole.
David
Oops.
Berkowitz. They're still not going to let him out?
No, can you imagine? He says, I've really done wonderful. I was constantly putting myself out there to help other individuals with kindness and compassion. I mean, I feel that's my life's calling all these years. My evaluations and so forth should show that to be true.
This is perfect. That's how you know he's still crazy.
Yeah. The dog is telling me to do good deeds now.
Yeah,
So it's not a problem anymore.
I've done a lot of good and positive things. Do you know what they did? They had the parole board and a dog. And then it's like, well, what do you think the dog thinks, David? And he's like, the dog's saying I should go. And they're like,
Back
"No,
in.
that's right.
Trick.
It's not easy. It's just a picture of a dog, you idiot.
Haven't you learned anything from that movie? The one where he escapes?
Shawshank.
Yeah. You're supposed to say, I'm a piece of shit.
Right.
And, you
it was
know.
terrible.
Yeah, obvious. You're supposed to, like, give in, and then they let you out.
He killed 6 people. I feel I am no risk whatsoever. Well, of course not. You're behind bars. That's when you're not a risk. It worked out. Yeah, I remember seeing that. What was that? It's a terrible movie, Summer of Sam. And
Yeah.
you thought it was going to be all about him, and it's not. It's about like a couple's relationship.
That was a weird movie.
That summer, when it was all going on.
Yeah, and you know they're focusing on how the Yankees are doing. I'm like, I want to hear a dog talking.
Oh, what a jip.
Yeah, and then finally the dog talks for a second, and it was so.
What, really?
Yeah, and they.
It's very artsy, though. The whole movie.
The dog starts talking, and the whole audience laughs.
Really? Because it's so comical?
It was so comical. And I'm like, I don't think this is supposed to be funny.
What a jip. Sorry, that's derogatory too. What a gypsy. That's what I should say.
You're getting better. You have another
gypsy.
friend who's a gypsy.
What a traveler. What a meth head. What a dusty person on St. Mark's.
That's going to rob you. Yeah.
Edgar Feuchtwanger is putting out a book about being Adolf Hitler's neighbor.
Oh.
Yeah. He was his neighbor in 1932, a year before Hitler would be named chancellor. He's Jewish, the neighbor. I was being taken for a walk by my nanny. I passed his front door just as he came out, and I saw him, and he looked at me quite benevolently. Benevolently.
Benevolent. Wow, I can't do it.
See?
Who can do it?
It's
Anyone?
not that easy. No,
Banana?
honestly, nobody can do it. There were some people, of course, in the street who immediately shouted, Heil Hitler. If he had known who I was, I wouldn't be here to talk to you.
There was Heil Hitler before he's even chancellor?
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
This guy with his nanny, I'm not really that into his memories already.
His memoir is called I Was Hitler's Neighbor.
I'm sorry.
I saw him once
I mean, how's this
when
a
he
whole
was 9.
book? My nanny, he didn't even know I was Jewish. Ha
Yeah.
The end. Oh, man. They would be neighbors for 9 years. So maybe a lot of...
Okay.
as Germany was transformed into a dictatorship. So maybe he bumped into him a couple times. Like there's probably a story about going to the store. Do you want anything,
just been a
Hitler? I
house.
said.
Well, but he remained his neighbor right after that?
He says Hitler would...
Did he move into the attic?
It's a good price. Hitler never knew what was right in front of him the whole time.
The whole time could have been the answer. Could have just killed that one.
Right.
And taken care of it.
The neighbor...
Maybe that was the problem. He was too loud.
The
Always
neighbor
playing in
says
his yard.
Adolf was outside drawing, and he would keep mocking Hitler's art. He
Really?
said, looking back, that's terrible. No, this is what you do. You get a time machine. You look at Hitler's paintings, and you go, God damn, that is good. That is so good.
Stick with this.
Right.
I am an art critic, and you have a future in this.
You drew that. Yes, I drew that. Bullshit.
Best Hitler I've ever heard.
You're lying. I am not lying. No, come on. That is fucking fantastic. Because you know what? He probably had an art teacher like I had an art teacher. And the art teacher doesn't like my art, gives me an F.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Picasso draws 2 eyes on the same side of a head. How's that a fucking A+? Get the fuck out of here. A's for everybody. It's art. Who knows what it is?
Can't grade art.
Yeah. Oh, it's supposed to be a heart ashtray. Well, nobody I know smokes. So it's a ball. Come on.
I was in art and I fucked up, and so I just drew a mishmash and I wrote on it chaos, and I'm like, this counts, right? And she goes, you get 1 chaos. And I'm like, okay,
Oh, really?
fair enough.
Were you good in art?
No, I never took it at all. We never even had it.
Were you good at killing Jews?
I was all right.
Okay.
I mean, I didn't get on that level, but, 10, 12. No.
No.
A kid from my school killed a Jew, chopped him up, put him in an oven, ran away to Israel.
Really?
Yeah. Scheinbein. Something Scheinbein. Sam Scheinbein, maybe?
Killed a Jew?
Killed, he might not have killed a Jew. He killed another guy. He was a bad C, though. He sold weed.
What is this whole thing? What?
Yeah.
Wait, people,
How
I played
old?
basketball with his brother, with his older brothers on my basketball team. And,
That's good because I'm more interested in the brother.
And I mean, we won the PVAC championship, so luckily the Intifada happened, and so it was unsafe. So the seniors didn't go to Israel early, so we had a chance to take the title, and we took it.
How old were you?
I was 17,
what school are you in?
junior Jewish day school, Charles E. Smith Jewish Day School in Rockville, Maryland. But his little brother, I think while we were in high school, maybe afterwards. I think while we were in high school, he was like, no, maybe afterwards.
Okay.
16. They found some kid, beat him up, chopped him up, put him in an oven. In some cabin, and then they were looking for him, and he just fled to Israel. Said Israel was like, join the army or you're going back. And he's like, army it is.
Wow, they know you're good at chopping up, so they gave him an axe, put him on the front lines.
Yeah, you have an axe. You have to fight with an axe. Yeah.
Now, looking back, were you like, okay, if I had to pick someone who would do that, it's this dude?
No, I didn't really know him. He was a few years below me.
There's no vibe.
No, I didn't get. I mean, he sold weed at a very conservative school. It was upper middle class Jews.
Were you smoking at the time?
No, so that was like, what? I wasn't even drinking. I mean, there was one party with beer in it, and we're like, wow,
What's it like to look back at how lame you were?
pretty shitty.
I mean, now you're
Man, I was such
fucking
a
boys in
dork.
Thailand. You
Yeah.
do everything now.
At my other school, there was one girl that we called a slut because she would French kiss.
Aren't you an asshole for that?
Sure am. Jesus, I should have been encouraging that
That's
behavior.
right. I don't understand why people keep calling girls sluts.
So stop it, guys. Stop it.
Thank you, Ari.
Encourage,
There's always a
whatever the
PSA
word
when you
is.
come on.
yeah. Encourage excellence.
What made you smoke for the first time?
I was maybe in Israel? No, that was cigarettes. I don't know. Everyone in college was doing it. I think it was in college. Everyone was doing it. I was like, okay.
So it wasn't like a moment like, you know what, fuck all this. I'm gonna
No,
go
nothing
for
I
this.
remember. There was no epiphany like in the movies. Fuck it. I didn't get that job. I'm doing this. I'm committing to bad.
Did you get high the first time?
Yeah, although I heard it was like you can't get high the first time. I think that's just because they can't teach you how to inhale the first time.
Right.
And then once you do, I've had things where women have said, a woman I know was like, I can't get high. And I was like, I've heard this before. I need to watch you. And I did. And man, she inhaled deep. And she was like, maybe it's like a tingling in my jaw. And I was like, wow, no, you took enough. I'm ripped. And I have a major tolerance. So
Did
yeah.
she get high?
No.
Huh.
She goes, is that what it is? Like a little tingling in the back? And I was like, no, that's not what it is. Yeah, occasionally people are immune, but very rarely.
You should have tried all different kind of drugs with her.
Oh,
and
for
maybe you
sure.
can take her on the road.
Be my tester.
Yeah.
Designated
not
driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do cocaine. Is that doing anything? I'm getting a tingling. Perfect. We'll make bets with people.
Do you guys ever get into coke?
Uh,
My guess is never Chemda, Keith for a couple years.
God damn it.
I wouldn't say years.
Okay.
And it would be very sporadic
Yeah.
because I wouldn't know where to get it. Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Just so you know, I was a cokehead for a year.
Oh, really?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I've done a couple. Everybody was like, I hate it. I've done like 90 times and I hate it. Like, what do you mean you've done it 90 times? Like it's the worst drug. It does make you feel pretty good, huh? I've only done it a couple times.
Why don't you do it more? You hang out with druggies. They probably have it.
Yeah, I don't like the way people act on cocaine. Way worse than like, you know how some alcoholics, some like drunks anyway, are like good drunks and some are
Right.
bad drunks. The bad drunks are annoying, but there is a version of a good drunk. I don't see a good version of a cokehead.
When you're on coke, though, don't you get to their same stupid level and it's fine?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. But then
Not
it's
worth
like
it.
all you do on coke is like, oh my God, this crazy thing. And then you talk and I'm like,
Right.
in my head, I'm like, finish talking so I can get back to talking. Like no one listens. They just talk at each other. It's so fucking awful. They're right in your face.
Why haven't you done ayahuasca yet?
I just haven't gone out there. My buddy Steve was like, we got to do it. I'm like, yeah. So,
Where? What out there where?
he wants to go to like Peru or somewhere like that. But there's people who like just travel and like set up in different towns.
Yeah, LA has it. New York
Yeah,
has it.
I like the idea of doing it in a jungle, but those are all been co-opted by white people too. It's like almost like ayahuasca tourism now.
Yeah.
So it's almost like this isn't the fucking shaman who did this for the last 50 years.
I want a pure.
Yeah, this guy's selling T-shirts afterwards. That's
That's
the
not really a
experience.
thing, is it?
Maybe. And there's all these sexual assaults problems happening because all the white women are just jumping down there. I'm like, oh, you mean I'm going to be out of it for 3 days? Go ahead. Let's do this.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be real careful with that stuff.
As a woman.
Yeah,
without
for sure as a
just
woman.
Stuff.
No. I mean going down there, not taking the drug. I mean like going.
You mean just
into
going
a
to
place.
Peru and doing
exactly,
drugs
Exactly.
is like needs thought behind it?
Yeah,
So
I want to do it. Have you done it?
No, but
You?
No.
Yeah, I really want to. Do you guys? Are you interested in it?
No, you're telling me the good news is you throw up and shit your pants.
I'm
You're not in the Marines anymore. Leave it behind.
Oh, that doesn't sound fun. And plus,
You don't throw up and shit your pants.
don't you?
I don't think so. In ayahuasca.
Yeah, I think you vomit and you shit your pants and you're a whole new person. I don't have to learn more stuff. People leave there. Yeah. You got a Mike Kaplan. He leaves there and
I
he,
have to learn more stuff.
and he goes, "Oh, I learned a lot on ayahuasca. That people are nice."
Mike is upset
Right.
that Keith is upset that what Mike Kaplan learns is that he loves us.
Yeah. Oh, I learned I love you. I'm like, well, I've loved you the whole time. So what can I tell you? I don't need to go on this trip.
I find little things. Last time I did mushrooms, I guess for Pearl Jam actually. Your mind just kind of my thought was like I dismiss people too much. I dismiss their way of thinking instead of like taking it in and then saying my point of view. I go, no, it's not done that way. It's done like this. Instead of going, wow, really? Never got to that. How'd you get to that? Because I think this.
During Better Man?
It's one of those. He was fucking a B set.
I get it.
He made us
did-
those things. Happy birthday to his idiot daughter.
Oh,
We don't care about your stupid daughter.
Yeah, we
We're
don't
not
have time
Pearl
for
Jam
that.
fans. We're Bonnaroo fans.
What did that keep with you?
What?
The listening to other people?
Yeah, I mean, it was just a couple weeks ago, but now I'm trying to like implement it. The stuff goes
Just
away
the
like
other day I
dreams.
listened.
Yeah.
The stuff goes away kind of like a dream, so you got to like say it out loud, like Nietzsche would say that stuff out loud, so it kind of solidifies a little more, and then try to like implement it.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but is it hard
To what? Change?
to
Always.
to
In everything.
listen to other people?
Yeah, well, sometimes I get like really caught up in like I've been around places for a while,
Right.
42 years old. I'm like, yeah, I've done that before, like 7 times. It always works this way. You know, I have a friend who breaks up, but they're 22, and like, I'll never get over this. Like, yes, you will. You need like 8 months, but of course you will. We've
So
all
what do
been
you
through
do
that.
now? Like for that 22-year-old breakup?
Well,
I say you're right. This
that's
could
a little,
be it.
Yeah, I go, yeah, it sucks. It's very painful, or like I just want to hear what they're doing. That's not the best example because usually what I mean is like another way of looking at the world or something. Where I'm like, no, it's not done that way. Instead, I'm like, let me hear it. Why do you think that? Or if a comic is good, I'm like, that guy's awful. I'm like, oh, I always thought he was one of the best. I'm like, really? Why do you think that? I've never thought that before. What are you saying that I'm not saying?
Does it feel good? Or
Yeah,
are
it
you
feels
just-
way good because now I can actually continue to grow instead of having this shut off way of the 22-year-olds I date. You know, they're always like, you're too shut off. You've already like everything's set in stone with you. It's like I get you know some stuff, but
Oh,
you don't
I
know
see.
everything.
You got to keep your mind open so you can keep dating 22-year-olds.
Right.
Or like you know, you don't want to be the guys like music this day's it's awful.
Right, you wanna listen to
90s
Pearl
music
Jam.
was it, and it's over. It's like no, it's not. People are doing great things.
Name a new band that you like.
Lumineers.
That's not real.
That's not real. I really like. I just saw Father John Misty. I liked him a lot. Lord Huron. That band sings S.O.B.
Danny, how's he doing?
Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats.
Hey, kids in the
Thumbs up.
back, are these cool bands? All right.
Father John Misty does rule. Yeah, Band of Skulls. I don't know. There's lots of cool bands.
There's a new.
And these 23-year-olds or 16 to 25-year-olds who are listening to this now, in 15 years, they're going to go, there's no good music anymore.
Yeah.
Do you, when you're talking to one of these 22-year-olds?
Yeah. Let's say 25.
Okay.
I rarely get a 22-year-old.
We could say it, but
Yeah, okay. That doesn't make it true, all right.
I really get a 22. You don't want to just
scoring
shoot.
a 22-year-old is harder.
You don't want to just shoot yourself in the face when they're talking.
You're okay. I get what you're saying. You're thinking of the sorority 22-year-olds,
Okay.
and not the
Doctorates.
the nerds or the people that are into stuff. When you were 22, there were some cool people.
I did. Yeah, I remember Janet was into stuff.
Yeah, those are the
About
ones.
that.
Those are the ones you want to hook up with.
Okay.
You know.
All right. So they're out
Yeah,
there.
Janets of the world. Not
Okay.
they're like, let's go to Vegas.
On you.
Yeah, no interest in that. But like the ones who are like, I like hiking. I'm like, fuck yeah, me too.
Fucking 22-year-olds only like hiking.
Some do.
Some do. That's true.
This one I met at Bonnaroo, she told me all about acid. She's way more into acid than I was, and I had to ask all these questions.
There's
Great.
Do you get nervous around a 25-year-old in terms of like
Because they're so old. Yeah. Sometimes I feel like they're
because
withered.
they haven't gotten their period yet?
Get nervous what? What do you mean?
Because it's a different mindset and you're afraid to look old.
No, occasionally I will. I'll feel silly when I look old, in certain moments. But it's just like, oh man, that was lame. All right, it's back into. But no, I don't get nervous over it.
Have you dated anyone in their late 30s, early 40s?
No, gross. I don't understand what you're talking about. What?
I mean, I'm looking at you and I'm thinking gross, so I get it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have no reason to. I could never explain why anyone would date me at 23.
if a woman thinks the members of the A team are the same members I know in the A team, it's too old.
Yeah, exactly. Metzger said this once, and he mentioned he like hooked up with a woman, and she was like 40, and without even thinking, I just went, "Ew!" He's like, "That's your visceral reaction."
So when you think about yourself in that way,
Yeah.
what's your thought process?
I don't. And when somebody asks me my age, I go, "Oh, yeah. I mean, it's 42, I guess." But like, it's like I never think of it like that until they actually ask for a number brand.
Do you try not to say, even on dates?
Oh, I don't think. Sometimes I'm like, I better hide this. I want to ask a girl how old she is, and then I'm like, don't, because the next question is going to be, well, how old are you? So then I'm like, let's just not.
When you're at a bar, do you insist on being carded? You're like, no,
I do get carded sometimes. I don't mind.
right.
I usually get carded, actually.
Is it that they need to be 25 and under, or are you really
No. It's not that. It's just that generally what I am attracted to is that.
And you haven't been attracted to somebody in their 30s or 40s?
No, occasionally like 32, 33.
They can trick me.
Yeah, and they're a little
lighting.
more. Yeah, they're a little more well read and not more well read, more well versed in the world. Occasionally.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, I enjoy that sometimes. But then there's also they're kind of shut off. They're kind of shut off. And not
Shut
open
off to
things.
what?
Old men.
New experiences. Same thing that I'm saying I want to fight against, of saying ugh, no and dismissing things. They do that too.
Like how Keith said he's done learning?
Yeah, exactly. If I dated a girl who was like, I'm done learning now, I'm like, oh, Jesus. We're going to keep dating because the sex is good, but it's going to be bad for the next 3 months. Yeah, stuff like that. No way would I want that. It's just, yeah, you date a 25-year-old, go to Korean barbecue, like, they cook at your table. Oh, my God. It's so much fun. That's so much of a better experience. I'm like, I've had better than this. You don't want that.
Do you ever get bored? You're just like, okay, maybe this is my last 25-year-old.
No, I get bored with, like, casual sex sometimes.
In what way?
I know I can do this. Find a woman, come over, sex, all right, leave, next. Sometimes I'd rather just, like, just watch Netflix or just not fuck for, like, 2 weeks. Or just, like, get into one person for a little while. Not have your mind, like, taken away by thoughts of sex with other people.
Do you think that all guys think this way?
No.
No?
No.
Because a lot of guys want to date 25-year-olds when they're in their 40s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I wanted to date, I remember Jen Carr, I really wanted to date in college. She was dating some, like, 34-year-old, 35-year-old. I was like, it's so unfair. But now it's like, I'm taking his place. And some guy's going to say it's unfair that the girl they love is dating some guy who's way old, who graduated in the 90s from high school.
Can you hang out with 25-year-old dudes? They're excited too, aren't they?
Occasionally.
Yeah.
There's less of a reason for me to, like, want to hang out with them. You know?
Right.
There's nothing that drives me to, like... But then generally, I don't want to hang out with anyone new. I have my comedian friends, and that's pretty much all I hang out with. So whenever, even like guys from high school is like, oh, we got to hang out. I'm like, yeah. It's never going to happen. Even people I think are cool, it's like, we're not going to make time for this.
Did you ever meet a woman's parents?
No, but that's one I met in Bonnaroo. I intentionally did not ask how old she was, but she did bring up randomly that her mom was 38.
Oofa.
Yeah. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, you got to check ID at that point, buddy. That is, I mean, she's 18 if you're lucky.
She's in college. That's good enough. She's been in there.
She wrote a long essay and made it in. Plenty of thoughts in that one essay.
She showed me her SAT scores. That's enough.
That's the testing.
Yeah, I don't need to
Show
see
me
your license.
tests.
I need to see your SATs. Just that you took it.
There's a man in Japan, and his name is Sanjay Nakajima. He is
Could not wait
61
for
years
that.
old.
Yeah.
He says he got so fed up with complicated human relationships that he coupled off with a life-sized rubber doll to avoid headache. She never betrays, he says.
I get it, man.
I'm tired of modern rational humans. They are heartless.
More heartless than a thing without a heart?
That's how bad they are.
Well, that won't break your heart.
Yeah, it won't break your
It'll
heart.
just keep it neutral.
He says exactly. The married father
No,
of 2.
Keith, no.
Maybe
Veto.
Maybe
Veto.
ayahuasca will
Libby, you're
show
in
me
too.
that's wrong. The married father of 2 bathes the doll, who was named.
Married father of 2. How do
Yeah.
you explain that to your kids? It's hard enough telling them, like, Mommy and I are getting divorced.
Why is it in the newspaper?
Takes her shopping and sleeps
Yeah.
next to her every night.
Why would you take her shopping?
Why
Oh,
would
you
you-
got to fit the clothes on her. I see.
She needs much help, but still is my perfect partner who shares precious moments with me and enriches my life.
She
How
doesn't
could she
need
be a
help.
perfect partner if she needs much help? Wouldn't a better partner be someone who doesn't need much help?
A
She doesn't
friend
need
in
mu-
need.
That's right. That's a friend indeed.
At first, he just used her for sex while he lived away from his wife, but the relationship soon blossomed into a full-blown rubber romance.
Hey, that's what happens a lot. It just starts off with sex and then it just builds from there.
I don't have a huge problem with this if his wife doesn't. What do
They
I
got
care?
divorced, right?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it in terms of betraying another person. It's just like, what are you doing with your life, bro?
I mean, who cares? He's fucking a doll. What's the big deal?
It's just weird. Just want
He's
to make
not
fun of
hitting
him.
on me then.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no, it shouldn't be illegal or anything.
It is weird, though, if you married this guy
Yeah.
and the follow-up was a doll.
You ever hear that thing like, oh, after she dated me, she turned gay. I'm the one who made her gay.
Makers of dolls,
Turned him into rubber.
the makers of the dolls say that they're so lifelike, men who buy them will never want a real girlfriend again. They're about $4,000 each.
I don't think that comes first. I think you don't want a real person first, and then
Yeah.
this just kind of helps you along with it.
Nobody's putting $4,000 to seeing whether or not you want another girlfriend. Yeah.
It's a shame we didn't connect after $4,000.
Yeah.
No, it always works out. 100% success rate.
So easy to break up, though. It's
with these
just,
dolls, yeah.
it's like dumps are outside. Do I put this with the cardboards or the?
There's an actress, Stephanie March. She says she got breast implants to pump up her self-esteem after splitting with chef hubby Bobby Flay. But instead of fixing her broken heart, the plastic surgery made her life even worse because she seems to be allergic to it.
Oh.
And it popped inside her.
Ugh, first you marry Bobby Flay and then this.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Shouldn't be a celebrity anything.
She's allergic to the implants, which burst inside her chest and cause a strange goo to leak out. So it's like coming out through her pores, and she feels
No
it
way.
down her
Oh.
chest. Yeah,
Really?
like Play-Doh Fun Factory, making the noodles.
Before we have sex, I just think you should know that I might ooze a little bit from my breasts. I hope that's not weird for you.
I like it. No one likes it. You'll see.
Oh, it's not a regular kind of fluid.
In 5 weeks, I looked darn good. My life may have been falling apart, but this was pretty good. That is until one morning in early October when I sat up in bed and felt a sickening wet mucus sliding down my chest. It was everywhere, soaking my shirt and the sheets. My right implant was infected, and the seams of the scar on my right breast had burst. She eventually discovered she was allergic to the implants and finally had them permanently removed a year ago. She says she's now in a better place.
Yikes, what a thing to go through.
Well, you're in a better place than...
No, she's in
Ooze.
Aspen. She's just really enjoying her vacation there.
It's just milk. Don't worry about it.
Fuck.
I was hooking up with a woman who just had a kid, and I didn't see it, but she was like, "Oops." I was like, "What?" She was like, "You just you sprayed breast milk into my face."
In her face?
Yeah, I didn't know. I just
Where are
squeezed
you
her boob.
pointing that thing?
I don't know. I just grabbed it. I didn't think anything would come out. I wasn't pointing it. It was just like indiscriminate fire.
Did you taste it?
No, I realized I made a mistake and I wanted to. And then next time I was like, "Are you still lactating?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "I'm going to want to do that again."
And?
Then I didn't feel like doing it.
Why? Because you don't want to like suck on it to get
She
it?
said she was barely lactating at that point, and I was like, I don't know.
Too much effort. I already have to make you come.
Sex wasn't as good. No, that wasn't an issue. That's never an issue.
Oh, yeah?
Any guy who goes, I make sure the girl comes first before I get off or I start having sex. Like, what? That's the way you're thinking about sex? It's like we're all gonna come a bunch of times. Like, what are you, once an outing it. What are you talking about?
You heard what happened in Constantinople? Oh, I guess
changed.
Istanbul, they're saying nowadays, right? 41 people killed by 3 suicide bombers at an airport. The attackers opened fire at airport guards at the terminal entrance, and a shootout erupted before they blew themselves up one by one.
Wow.
And they're thinking it's ISIS. Although ISIS didn't claim responsibility as of recording this, which is weird because They jump on it no matter what. My cable went out. They took responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, ISIS just lost their last foothold in Fallujah.
Yeah.
Iraq took them back. They reclaimed the city. They're kind of really disrupted right now. And by the way, the idea that we had to go in there to disrupt them was like, no, we don't. These people can take care of themselves. This is natural stuff that happens in governments. But anyway, they went in there and took care of it, so maybe that's why they're not taking credit for it now.
All right. It's good that they're having problems.
Also, ISIS is just one of the street gangs. There's just a bunch of
Right.
street gangs in that region, and that's just one of them.
Do you get nervous about this because you travel a lot?
No, but it has stopped me from traveling to some of the countries I like to go to.
Like what?
You know, the Middle East. I'd like to visit. I'd like to do some USO tours, and but I want to get out there in the streets,
So
see some shit.
you won't want to do a USO tour?
I mean, I don't want to just stay on an army base. It would be nice to entertain the troops, but also then a part of me is like, I don't support the war that we're in, so I don't want to actually support it.
Have you been to Israel recently?
No, not since I was there. Not since I was 19, 20.
Oh, you don't give a shit about that? Like that's
No,
not
I
a
do.
thing?
I mean, I really, every time an Israel news story comes up, I always perk up.
Why haven't you been? Like to even do comedy shows?
Well, there's not really many clubs. There's one small club in Jerusalem, so it wouldn't be worth it. I have to be over somewhere close to there anyway, and then take a trip over. But also, I gotta say hi to so many relatives. I don't wanna. It's gonna totally get in the way of the trip.
20 years later, they forgot about you.
They didn't forget. Those are close relatives.
When they said never forget, this is what they were talking about also.
Yeah, no, I want to go back, but yeah, it's just certain. I want to go to Egypt. I want to go to like certain places. It's just like most people are cool there, but the ones that aren't cool to Jews are so uncool.
I think you would need to go with a tour guide.
Yeah, a bodyguard tour guide.
Well, the tour guides are the people who know where to go and not
Yeah.
go, so they kind of.
I mean, I was in Jerusalem, the Shuk, the market, the Jewish market in Jerusalem.
The one next to the wall?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It
The
ends
one where people.
and just sort of flows into the Arab market and then becomes the Arab market.
It pretty much is the Arab market.
No. There's a whole Jewish section of it.
Really?
Yeah. And then it becomes like half
When
Jewish,
was
half Arab.
this?
And 20 years ago, but yeah. No, they just look like Arabs.
No, those are, I mean, I could recognize their accents.
They have kosher stands there and stuff like that.
They probably have to.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the-
no. I'm pretty, I don't want to dismiss you. All right. But like, I'm
no,
pretty positive.
I actually, I don't know. I just, like, my recollection
Yeah.
of it. I'm not arguing if it's right or wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just also
the way it
know-
was like, hey, don't go past this street because then it becomes more Arab.
I see. I went through that market, and what I was told is that it used to be more dangerous because it was like there was a lot more open fighting, and so you could just get kind of shanked,
Stabbed.
in the middle of it. But I think it's fine now. I went casually. I'm also a woman, and it's Jerusalem, and I didn't feel threatened.
As long as you don't pray on the wrong side of the hotel, then you're
Oh
okay.
God.
Well, it's totally worth the deals. And the yelling.
Oh, there is great deals. I just remember like trying to go a few blocks past where I'm supposed to because I just want to see more. When I was in Rio, they're like, don't go anywhere near the favelas. And I'm like, I'm going to go near. I'm not going to go in, but I'm going to go near for sure.
Does your heart start?
Yeah, you get a little,
Yeah.
but that's what you want to see in other countries. You want to get a little like, oh, is this okay?
I might die.
Yeah, a little bit. Live a little.
You're like, why are those guys hitchhiking from Iraq to Iran? Like, for excitement.
Yeah, when you're in Israel and you hitchhike and you're like, look carefully. If they look too Arab, they're going to fucking kidnap you and use you as a hostage.
Well, Ari, I want to say this. You seem to be evolving. It's odd that when you're talking to somebody to not dismiss them, you say, I will not dismiss you. I will not dismiss you. You don't have to say that out loud. But it's always good to see you. AriTheGreat.com is the website, of course.
Easy to remember.
I like it. I think you do.
But like,
have
yeah,
a-
maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was like, maybe my recollection 22 years ago is not correct.
But
or
I
it's
could have been.
changed.
I'm definitely not definite about this. I also do feel a different vibe from you as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And now that I said it, I feel a dismissive vibe. No.
The Twitter account is Ari Shaffir, Shaffir. And like I said, the podcast, check out Skeptic Tank and Punch Drunk Sports. He makes dart fun. And no one likes darts.
Dart fun. Yeah, exactly. I'd also like to promote something else.
Please.
This year, July 16th through the 18th, is the 2016 Shroom Fest, where people all over the world are going to be taking mushrooms. It's a Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Where is it?
It's all over the world. It's kind of like St. Patrick's Day and Christmas.
I
Wherever you are. So if you're looking for an excuse to take mushrooms, and if you believe at all in the sort of like higher plane consciousness that we're all connected on, I don't, but if you do, 16th through the 18th. There'll be people taking it in Mexico and Ireland and Israel and Russia. Maybe not Russia. I've never heard any reports of that. But all over the world.
Where are you going to be?
I'll be in probably Alberta.
Why?
Because I'm going up there for Stampede. And then I'm probably going to stay and go camping.
Oh, okay. So you don't have work that weekend.
I try to take that off. I actually tell my managers and agents, I'm like, oh, no, I need that week
That's cool.
to do a bunch of mushrooms.
MJG is rating in. Do you have any evolved thoughts about choking?
Do you remember this conversation?
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, yeah.
He goes, I choke women. We go, what? He goes, what?
No, that's not what he said. He said, I like to choke prostitutes enough so that they slightly fear their life.
Not prostitutes. Women.
Oh.
You can't choke a prostitute because it's too like borderline of like, oh, is this going to be a
In Thailand.
Yeah, no, a woman. Like if I was hooking up with a a regular girlfriend woman, that it's like you choke and then they go, hey, stop. You're like, no, 2 more seconds. Feel the lack of control, and then like, okay, no, let go.
No, we should have just stopped before this.
The new one is covering up their mouths and nose, and so then they can't breathe, and they go, and then when you let go, they go. I'm telling you, they're into it.
What makes you feel like they're into it right after?
They're so happy to breathe. It's
What's the
favorite.
indication? You sound like a monster right now. I'm trying to undo this.
The indication
for you.
is they get more into the sex, and then when you go to move your hand over their mouth again, they don't move at all. Like they.
How do you guess this?
If it's a problem, they can tell me to stop. But there's no.
But you're waiting 2 seconds.
But there's no grand violation there. If it is a problem, it's not like I just stuck it in your ass.
Has it ever been a problem?
Yeah, or somebody say, no, don't choke me. I don't like that.
But you still wait 2 seconds?
No, you choke and I go, stop. I don't want that. Or I had a woman say this, like I kind of give her a little love tap, and she goes, "You hit me, I hit you back. That's just the rule."
And are you cool
But
with
the
that?
choking, she didn't have any problem with at all. Those
Wait,
were
but
indications.
Hit you back. Do you like to get hit?
No, so there you go. Now
So
I
you
know.
want to be the dominant one?
I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah, but next time I see her, I'm probably gonna hit her and let's see what it feels like.
Oh, you want to be hit?
Yeah, I knew a woman who.
Can I smack you right now?
If you want to, sure.
Really? I'm going to.
Okay.
Across the face?
Yeah, but let me take my things off.
All right.
But
Okay.
I know a woman whose boyfriend liked her to choke him. But he goes, if I get unconscious, if you choke me unconscious, he goes, you better still be riding me when I wake up. That's how into it he was.
Chemda's winding up.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, look over there. Just kidding.
Good one.
Ari just took his dick out.
I got so hard.
He's got this look on his face like it's his birthday.
You were so excited about doing it. You went right to it. Good job. There was no like, can I? And you got pretty hard. That was like a 7 or 8. For sure didn't lay down. Nice.
She's got to call up Laura now and say that she cheated.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't even think he could say something like, I just got hard. Now it just became a fucking weird thing, you piece of shit. You motherfucking whore.
You guys have a secret every time you pass each other.
No, I'm going to say it. Anyway, could somebody make one of those videos where I just keep slapping
Over and over again. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Everybody keeps slapping me over and over again.
I slap you and then they go thug life.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na-na.
World star! Don't forget, KeithandTheGirl.com.
Oh, by the way, Ari, turns out you like being smacked. Anyway.
KeithandTheGirl.com/Amazon. Go there for all your Amazon needs. For example, if you're picking up Ari specials, get it through that. You pay the same price. We get a little bit, of course.
Yeah.
KeithandTheGirl.com/VIP. It's every show we ever did and all our spin-off shows. Make sure you take a look at that. And July 4th is coming up, Keith and the Girl Day. Be sure to wear a Keith and the Girl t-shirt or a sticker. Go out there and you'll be surprised who you know listens to the show as well.
I would definitely say for July 4th, take your shirt off, get those guns out, and then just wear a sticker on your body. Maybe multiple stickers, but definitely get those guns out.
And take a picture and tag us. We're at Keith and the Girl on social media.
Yeah. This July 4th, show the government that you're against gun control.
And you're pro nipple. Take them out.
Yeah.